Well, it may not look like it, but I got things kind of straightened up out here. I decided to do it in here, make this Rinderwurst out here today, instead of in my wife's kitchen and making a mess in there, and I get my ass chewed. So I got all the stuff drug out here, ingredients, scale, little electric grinder, I'm going to use that. Got some heat in here, it's about 50 degrees, so it's pretty comfortable. Meat's been boiling for about 2 hours now. Been stirring it occasionally here. Boy, does it ever smell good out here. You wouldn't think boiled bones with a little meat on them would smell so good. But I got to get them out of there and start picking the meat off of them. I had some chunks in there that wouldn't quite fit, so I want to get them cooking too so I can add them to the mix. So I guess I'm going to pick them bones out of there and start burning my fingers. Alright. Well, got the first batch all boned out, and I went ahead and run it through the grinder while I was waiting on the second cooker full to get cooked. Got 7 pounds in there. Just letting these bones cool a little bit. They're a little steamy and hot. I threw a couple of them neck bones back into the second batch. Wasn't getting enough meat off of them, so let them cook a little longer. And all that nice broth there, I'm going to save that, let it cool while I'm doing up this batch here. And I think I'll probably skim some of that crap off the top, because I need that for a little something later here. Well, I suppose I'm going to go set that in a snowbank, let it cool down, get after that steaming pile. Well, how's this for a poorly edited, disjointed video anyways? Anyways, I ended up with, after boiling them 2 batches of bones down, ended up with 10 pounds of meat that I ground through a grinder on a 1/4 inch plate. 10 pounds, that makes it easy. So, for every 2 pounds, I like onion in mine, so I add 1 medium-sized white onion for every 2 pounds. I grind it through that same 1/4 inch plate in the grinder. And for every 2 pounds, I'll use 1 cup of quick oats. I like to use the quick oats, kinds that cook in a minute. I reserved 3 cups of broth for each cup that I've got boiling back out there. They're getting hot anyways. And I'm going to cook them up. And then just to start with, for my spices for these 10 pounds, I'm using 8 teaspoons of allspice, 6 teaspoons of cloves, 5 teaspoons of nutmeg, 4 teaspoons of cinnamon, 5 tablespoons of salt, and 4 tablespoons of pepper. Once I get these oats cooked up, I'm going to add that and the onions and the spices, mix it up, and then the fun part, just start taste testing. If you've never had it before, you probably don't know how it's supposed to taste, but this is an old German, normally beef breakfast sausage, and you can stuff it in casings or just make it into patties to fry up, however you want to do it. I don't feel like spending the money on casings, so I'm just going to mix it up, get it to taste, and put it in cookie sheets and freeze it. Well, I better go check on that broth, see if I'm about ready to start cooking oats. This is kind of a time-consuming venture, but if it's just meat that's going to get thrown out, why, I think it's worth it. Oh, and one other ingredient. A couple of those kind of helps you get through it too. Alright, I best get back to cooking. Mrs. Ash. Pizza guy. Have your pizza. Do you want to come and get it?
Oh my, Mr. Pizza Guy. I don't recall ordering a pizza. I'm not sure if I want to let you in.
Well, Mrs. Ash, this is the address I was supposed to deliver it to. I'd either like to deliver this pizza or get on my way.
Okay, well, I suppose. I'll open the door. Just a minute. Well, here I come to get to the door.
There's your pizza, lady. All right, oats are cooked to perfection. Just need to throw the meat in there, get to mixing, taste testing. This is the fun part. Well, there you have it. A couple of cake pans full of Rinderwurst. Started out as a garbage bag full of neck bones and back bones out of 2 goats and a deer sitting in the freezer since this late fall. Boiled them down. Got 10 pounds of meat off of them bones. By the time I ended up, I got about 20 pounds of breakfast sausage there. Just going to cool them out overnight, and tomorrow I'll cut them up into serving sizes for me and the wife and wrap them up, throw them in the freezer. This stuff ain't for everybody. It's kind of an acquired taste, but it's pretty good stuff. Better than throwing meat away. Oh yeah, I be a little remiss in not giving credit to my helper today. He usually helps me out every time I do something out here in the shop, so let's get a few words from him. Just a second. Rinderwurst is good, huh? Ja. Bye-bye. Well, so there you have it. My once a year Rinderwurst making deal. Kind of a tradition around here, I guess. Hate to see food go to waste. When I was a younger man in the meat business, back in the 70s and early 80s, we used to make that 1,000 pounds at a time in big cookers. And it was quite a production, but good money in it. Besides that, it tastes good anyways. And if you do like I just did, time it just right. Your wife gets home as soon as the mess needs cleaned up, and guess who's in the house, in the kitchen, cleaning up them greasy pots and pans and spoons and everything else? Not me. I'm out in the shop. Alrighty. Have a good one, everybody.